है यहाँ मंजिल वहाँ, बस कुछ पलों का फासला, जाना जहाँ नजदीक है, आँखों में एक यकीन है। अब है जिगर है जोश भी, कुछ नया करने का सोच भी, तकदीर तेरी हाथों में है, अब किस बात की देर है, एक नई सोच की ओर। विश्वप्रेन्योर, 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 विश्वप्रेन्योर।
कुछ रास्ते कुछ मंजिलें, माना ये आसान नहीं, चलते रहेंगे बढ़ते रहेंगे हम भी यहाँ, कुछ कम नहीं।
है मगर है जोश भी, कुछ नया करने का सोच भी, तकदीर तेरी हाथों में है, अब किस बात की देर है, एक नई सोच की ओर। विश्वप्रेन्योर, 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 विश्वप्रेन्योर।
ख्वाबों को बुनने की एक दिशा, हकीकत बनाने की एक रजा, मिलने लगेंगे दिखने लगेंगे, कम होता मंजिल से फासला।
अब रूह में जलते रहेंगे सपनों की ये मशालें, रुकेंगे नहीं झुकेंगे नहीं, आनी है कितनी दरारें, एक नई सोच की ओर। विश्वप्रेन्योर, 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 विश्वप्रेन्योर।
Good morning everyone. I Suraj,
I Ankita,
along with Team Vishwapreneur,
welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the largest gathering of entrepreneurs and students. First of all, we extend our warm greetings and best wishes for a happy and prosperous new year. Let 2015 be a year of peace, progress, and harmony.
We welcome you to Vishwapreneur. 47 days, 52 meetings, 890 phone calls, and unlimited discussions is what has made this day come true. Today, we are here not just to interact with the guests, but also to awaken that hidden entrepreneurial spirit within us. Today, we are here to celebrate entrepreneurship. Sanjeev Bikhchandani, co-founder of Naukri.com, said a very true thing once. He said, "We all have a hunger for multinational companies because it's prestigious. But to my mind, it's a false prestige. You're a prisoner of your visiting card and a logo on it. You're a prisoner of EMIs. Similarly, today, we need to take that leap of faith, have confidence, and break that prison of limitations."
Recently, I was watching the movie Interstellar, where a scene really caught my eye. The scene was the docking scene, where the protagonist had to dock the spaceship at a really high speed. He instructs the computer to set the tracking speed. The computer replies saying it's impossible, to which the protagonist says, "No, it's necessary." This is the entrepreneurial spirit. You don't just find entrepreneurship in the world of business and finance. Entrepreneurship is about getting things done with the resources you have. It is about chasing the results within the given circumstances. It is about determination and survival. It is making the impossible possible.
If a school dropout can become the prime minister of the largest democracy in the world, then think what our bachelor degrees could do. A recent survey has declared that 65% people in India are below age 35, which means there are around 81 crore people in India who either seek job or are potential employees.
That's a huge number.
This huge number can do wonders, and it has always. In 1991, there was a need to welcome technology. Likewise, today, there's a need of smartology, smartness and technology.
This smartness is nothing but a composition of a few qualities you have to cultivate further. The most important being, you need to get up every time you fall.
The second and equally important ability one needs to cultivate is the ability to learn from experience,
From critics,
from competitors,
from failures,
from summer trainees,
from mothers-in-law.
and from regulators.
Expert knowledge is useful, but it has reduced shelf life. So what is permanent is nothing but the ability to understand situations and respond appropriately using both learnings from the past and also a fresh approach to the situation. Some comes from self, some from others.
This brings us to the conclusion that entrepreneurship is widely misunderstood as a personal trait. It is so to some extent, but entrepreneurship is majorly a social construction where certain behaviors get expressed and certain are imbibed. All these interactions cooked in the skull of entrepreneur for a heady mix which all us are after.
But the journey is not easy. You have to essay multiple roles. You have to be egoistic and humble. You have to be the one doing it and the one who stands behind. You have to be the one leading and supporting. You have to do it all. If the person who cleans your toilet does not turn up on an important client meeting, you have to do it.
No second thoughts. The instinct, the judgment, and the courage to stand up and face it all is what entrepreneurship is all about. I kindly request you all to be seated on the dais.
Thank you. I now request Professor Dr. B.S. Karkare, Principal VIIT, to kindly welcome our chief guest, Mr. Vishal Gokhale, Chairman and Managing Director, Gokhale Constructions. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion with your presence. I now request Professor Dr. B.S. Karkare to kindly welcome Mr. Anil Kumar Kaza, MD, Saubhagya Ispat India Private Limited. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Dr. R.S. Acharya, Chief Mentor, EDC-VIIT, to kindly welcome Professor M.R. Khanilkar, ex-principal, VIT, and patron, Vishwapreneur. I now request Professor Dr. R.S. Acharya to kindly welcome Mr. Umesh Rashtrapati sir, MD, Rucha Engineering, and patron, Vishwapreneur.
Vishwapreneur would have never been glorious without the help and support from all our sponsors. Now, we would like to thank all of them. Title sponsor Bank of Maharashtra, Telecom partner Aircel, project partner Real IT Solutions, media partner Vritti Media, ticket partner townscripts.com, knowledge partner RP Engineering Classes, Sabzi partner punesabzi.com, Entrepreneurs Outreach partner India Entrepreneurs Club, wristband partner The Brand Store, and online partner ebay.in.
I now request Mr. Chirag Agarwal, convener, Vishwapreneur, to introduce Vishwapreneur.
Check. 3 times the power, 3 times the inspiration, 3 times the fun. We, Team Vishwapreneur, warmly welcome you to the 3rd edition of Vishwapreneur 2015. Respected dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, members of the faculty, members of the press, participants of Vishwapreneur 15, and my dear team members. It is difficult to organize an event getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning, working in 12 o'clock, till 4 o'clock in the morning, again getting up at 8, gracing the chief guest, all things settled, it's like a lot of effort, but the trust our management, our principal, and Dr. Acharya sir has given to us, the confidence they have built in us is inspire us to build this event. Vishwapreneur, a national level entrepreneurial summit, a platform to interact with the industrialists and bridging the gap between the students of various engineering sector. We started with the Vishwapreneur yesterday with the biggest B-plan competition in Pune. Top 10 sims selected for the final presentation out of 60 teams registered all over India, with giving a cash prize of 50,000 for the first and a title of Vishwakarma, and for second prize we have 25,000 and a title of Vishwakarma and 1 year mentorship. To talk about Vishwapreneur, we always do something new and try to innovate the event as great as possible. This year we involve the new discussion, that is panel discussion with the topic finding and connecting the dots. We have 5 sectors for the panel discussion. We have manufacturing, we have civil, we have retail, we have IT sector, we have com sector for the panel discussion. It will be graced by the various industrialists from various sector. Further, after the opening ceremony, we have first session, after the lunch, we have first session with Dr. Anil Kumar Kaza, MD Saubhagya Ispat Group. Then we have Hanman Gaikwad. He is the founder and chairman of Bharat Vikas Group. He will be talking about in service sector. And the most awaited session of the day, Mr. Mahesh Manjrekar. He will be clubbing film and entrepreneurship in the evening. We believe that as we are also students, though we are in Blazers today, we know how sessions get bored. So we have activity for all you students coming from all over Maharashtra and India, and or the faculty also. Then we have, for the next day, on 4th January, we have Varun Agarwal, co-founder Alma Mater. He will be talking about e-commerce. Then next we have Ms. Kiran Bhatt, would be talking about advertising and clubbing entrepreneurship with marketing and advertising. And she will be talking about how Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, use marketing and advertising to campaign for the BJP elections. And the last session for the convention, from the civil sector, we have Joint MD Jaideep Raje, Bhate and Raje Construction, will be addressing to the students regarding the civil sector. I will add more to the, I would like to inform the chief guest for today, Vishal Gokhale sir, that we have participants from all the major cities of India. We have participants from Hyderabad, Delhi, Chennai. So as the name suggests, national convention, we have proved that we have a national convention organizing in Pune in Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology. More achievement this year, we have a coverage of more than 8 newspapers all over India. Indian Express is the major concern, then Times of India, Sakal, and many more. We have got an invitation from the National Business Magazine to advertise for the event. And we have more than 350 entries for the convention for the 2 days of the Vishwapreneur. Yesterday, one guy from VIT asked me, what is Vishwapreneur? I just say 3 words to him, Google it. So we have not only reached the national level, we have reached the international level. We have 5 pages on Google regarding the Vishwapreneur. So once round of applause to the team of publicity. The publicity had Palash Sharma and his associates. So I request all the participants to take the full advantage of the event organized by the only by the students and under the guidance of our principal ma'am, Acharya sir, and all the faculties present here. I will tell you that please take the advantage of all the activities being here. I, as a convener, and my team would be there for full time for you, because we believe that every participant is important, because every person makes a difference in this nation. Thank you. All the best for the coming 2 days.
Thank you, Chirag.
I now request Professor Dr. B.S. Karkare to share a few words with us. Dr. R.S. Acharya sir would introduce EDC VIIT to you now.
A very good morning to all dignitaries, sponsors, member of press, all deans, heads, faculty members, and all the participants of Vishwapreneur 15. I welcome our chief guest, Sri Vishal Gokhale, Dr. Anil Kumar Kasa from Hyderabad, Sri Umesh Dashrathi from Aurangabad, our respected Khalilkar sir, Principal Madam Karkare, our convener Chirag Agarwal, and President of EDC Saurabh Bhange. Thank you for gracing the occasion and being with us today. To start with, I would like to throw light on journey of our EDC cell. EDC VIT has come a long way from 2008. We conducted a 3-day workshop, that workshop on Entrepreneurship Awareness Camp in association with MITCON, which was attended by 135 students. We also sent 3 of our member to International Expo in New Delhi for their exposure. We have been conducted various training sessions, lectures from the expertise of different industries, which can serve as their role model. These includes basics of stocks and commodities in Khandwala securities. In interaction sessions with our ex-students, that is alumni also, our ex-students, ex-computer department students, Mr. Akash Nahar, co-founder of twospider.com, our mechanical ex-students, Mr. Adarsh Kedari, founder of punesubji.com. Also, we conduct industrial tours and visits for our members to well-known industries like Suzlon in Hadapsar, Surujan Fenso in Pimpri, food industries in Kokana and Pasgani. Last year, we were at Garware Polyester, Bajaj, Nirlep, Rucha Industries in Aurangabad. Last year, we visited Mahindra Heavy Engineers in Chakan and Govind Milk in Fulton. This year, we visited Mr. Anup Tapadia's Touch Magics, which manufactures a variety of gestures-based interactive display technologies. Now, let me highlight some of the benefits and achievements of our cell. Entrepreneurship education teaches engineering students in all disciplines the knowledge, tools, and attitude that are required to identify opportunities and bring them to life. Students who take part of EDC programs are likely acquire skills like planning, working in and managing team, communicating effectively, thinking critically, understanding business basics, and solving open-ended problems. The study of entrepreneurship not only kindles the spirit of entrepreneurship among the students, but also helps overall development of a students as a professional engineer. The focus of EDC has always been develop a professional and business-like mentality. So in this regard, we in EDC ask students to chalk out their plan in 4 stages. 4 stages means for 4 years, from FE to B. Especially gathering information in the first year, focusing on interest area in the second year, making their plans and projects in the third year, and in the finally means in the last year, they have to make their reports and submit plan in our EDC. Thus, fresh out of college, the student is ready to enter into the demanding world of competition and the self-establishment. Let me tell few achievements of our EDC members. Our first president, Nisha Sen, who has got her MBA at Australia and now she is settled at Australia. Vishnu Korde, also joint president, was selected in Harvard Business School purely on the basis of his profile. Aditya Gupta, Govinda Jakhotia, Amit Bhalerao, Ankit Saraf, Ankur Bang are the students who got selected for the prestigious Tata Jagruti Yatra. Again, because of their glowing profiles and dedicated work in our cell. Govind Jakhotia, our ex-president of EDC, has started his own venture. Krishant Agarwal he is now today present here, ex-treasurer of EDC, started a customized merchandise line, Caribbean Flamingo, when he was in the third year itself. Another member of our cell, Ankit Saraf, IT student, third year student, has his own startup, campuswindow.in, which is launched within the idea of connecting the students and teacher to share academic material. Nisha Advani, ex-vice president of our EDC, and the last means the convener of the previous Vishwapreneur 14, won the Wipro Campus Entrepreneur, which has a competition for dynamic young leaders across India. Another feather in our hat came in the form of approval and rupees 7.3 lakhs grant in aid from the AICT Delhi. I can proudly proclaim that currently we are the strongest e-cell in Pune, with a fully equipped, ready-to-use incubation center, where students can actually start working on their projects along the backing of strong alumni. Student Facilitation Center, as on campus pilot project, experienced its second year successful year, where they achieved a turnover of above rupees 1 lakh. More importantly, this project is managed completely by the student for the students, which helps them learn many aspects of running a live business. When in VIIT conceptualized and brought this idea, the EDC together in 2008, because we realized that engineering students only focus on their placements and want to secure high salaries. No harm about that. But what bothers us, what the narrow mind thought process among the youngsters, maybe that is why India today is merely the hub of manufacturing and outsourcing. It's not that we lack brains or intelligence. In fact, Indian brains are among the brightest in the world. The problem lies within our mindset. Being the young generation of this nation, they have the ability to take risks, to set up new ventures. Let's be job creators and not job seekers. I am sure that during this 2 days workshop, you will experience this change in your thought process and will leave Vishwapreneur 15 lightened and motivated to embark upon the career path of your choice. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
While doing Vishwapreneur, we visited all our patrons from Dasarathi sir, Parmar ma'am, Khadilkar sir, Anup Tapadia, and it was a really good experience. I mean, whenever we used to go, we used to look at the shelf where all the trophies were kept. And whenever we used to look our Vishwapreneur trophy over there, we used to feel very proud. And I think that was the moment of success for us. Now, I request Professor Dr. B.S. Karkare, Principal VIIT, to please share a few words with us.
Namaskar, Suswagatam. Very warm welcome to all on the dais of the dais. Today's chief guest, Mr. Vishal Gokhale, MD Chairman, Gokhale Constructions. Patron, Mr. Dasarathi, Rucha Enterprises. Professor M.R. Khadilkar, Professor R.S. Acharya. And today's stars, I should say, Saurabh and Chirag. And all the participants and faculty from VIIT. We have heard about Vishwapreneur, we have heard about Entrepreneurship Development Cell of VIIT. We haven't heard about VIIT, so I'm here to give a brief introduction of VIIT. To give the statistics, VIIT was established in 2002 and today it has grown many folds. Currently, VIIT offers 5 undergraduate and 5 postgraduate programs, as well as PhD in 2 disciplines. Total strength of VIIT is around 3,000. Well, that is the statistics. What is so special about VIIT? I think I should start from the faculty. We have very well qualified and committed faculty as well as staff. So it's needless to say that our students do very well in academics. So it comes by default. VIIT is ISO certified. It is NBA accredited, so our quality is endorsed by outsiders as well. We are also heading towards autonomy, wherein we would be running our own academic courses. Our faculty is very well engaged in research, development, and consultancy activity. And the important part is we involve our students in all these activities so that they are at par with the knowledge of technology and in which direction the technology is heading and how to make use of the technology. We also conduct special internship programs and sponsored projects for our students, just to make them aware as to what is the industry culture and to make them aware how the technology can be used. Our students obviously participate in co-curricular activities like Robocon, Supra, and Baha. Not only that, our students organize national conferences for students themselves. They also organize technical festivals like Perception, where there is competition of technical events. We also have very strong student chapters like CSI, IEEE, ICI, etc. We have two very unique clubs in our institute. One is the Cyber Cell, another is Firefox Club. In Cyber Cell, the students give awareness, spread awareness of cyber security and ethical hacking to other students from Pune. And in Firefox Club, the students prepare apps, and these apps are uploaded on Firefox operating system. We are socially aware. Our students are socially aware. Our students do some projects for social help. One of our project was an application developed for dumb and deaf. Our NSS group is very strong, wherein this social awareness is really made deep-rooted in the students, and they are motivated to do some social activities. Now let us come to Vishwapreneur a little bit. Who is an entrepreneur? A person who organizes, manages, and assumes risks of enterprise. Entrepreneurship is characterized by innovation, new initiative, new product, new production method, new markets, new organization. If we look at the national scene, India needs to address many issues. We have to improve employability, we have to create new jobs, we have to improve on infrastructure, add to our infrastructure. We are energy deficient, we have to look at the energy scene. We have to bring in global competitiveness. We have to produce high quality products at competitive rates for balanced and sustainable growth of India. And that is why the Prime Minister of India has initiated Make India program. If we hold such kind of events, I'm sure it will facilitate to innovate and tackle the issues which are mentioned earlier. And it's the time that we bring out the entrepreneur in you, a job creator in you, rather than a job seeker. With these words, I wish very best to this Vishwapreneur and hope all the participants enjoy the events for these 2 days and gain a lot to become an entrepreneur. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Mr. Umesh Dasrathi to please share a few words with us. Can I be here? Yeah, sure, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Well, friends, for me, probably I'm the only outsider who is very consistently here in VIIT campus. This is my consecutive 3rd year. I know much about this college because my son is also alumni of this college. Dr. Acharya happens to be a very good friend of mine. And probably that was the reason for the first time when I had been here a couple of years back. Of course, the way this Vishwapreneur is structured, the way students work in making this particular event successful was evident right from 2 years back. Probably whatever success we are seeing today, Dr. Acharya and the other people are working for this particular thing since last 2-3 years consecutively. And in this event of entrepreneurship, probably they are leading by example. This is entrepreneur has to have a first quality as leading from front or leading by example, and that is what is happening here. Amit Bhalerao, who was a president couple of years back, he had been to me first. He convinced me to come to this place, and then he told me that he is son of a very good friend of mine. So probably why I am sharing this is a entrepreneur quality that probably the students of this college have. Then next, I mean, last year Nisha Advani was the president of this EDC cell, and I think she also had done a very wonderful job. At that time also I expressed a similar kind of feeling. This time I was little sure that okay, now consistently I was called for 2 years, so probably I will not be called for third year. But when Chirag came to me without help of Dr. Acharya for the first time, so I was really amazed also, and I was happy also, because it's really a great event, and it's a great honor for a person like me to come here again and again. So thanks a lot for calling me once again. Well, friends, Professor Karkare had really explained about definition of entrepreneur in a very good way. Entrepreneur is actually a French word, and the literally meaning of entrepreneur is simply buying at a fixed rate, a person who buys at fixed rate and sells at a rate which is not fixed. This is the real meaning of this particular word. But I think entrepreneur now in today's context, and specifically in the context of students like you, or say future of India, I think the context in my opinion is again little different than what even Mrs. Karkare has opined about. I think entrepreneur is one who really outperforms, who crosses his boundaries to perform, who has within given resources, he is doing anything which is really mind-boggling. Unfortunately, many a times, this word entrepreneur is limited towards business. A businessman is called as an entrepreneur. And there was a lot of mention about job seeker and job giver and those kind of stuff. But then the real question remains whether job seeker is not an entrepreneur. In my opinion, no. He is also an entrepreneur. Rather, he can also become a big entrepreneur than so-called businessman like us. Just to take an example, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, we lost a very great personality. Unfortunately, the place is Pune, Dr. Vasant Gowarikar. He is a man behind designing of weather forecast in India. He is a person who really made it successful. So shall we not call him as an entrepreneur? Just try to define whether he was risk-taking. Yes. Definitely he must have taken a lot many risks in doing this particular thing. He must have put a lot of things on stake. Take an example of Dr. Radhakrishnan, who is retired in last week from ISRO as a chief of ISRO. All of us know what he had done. The Mangalyaan is at his credit, and that Mangalyaan, the cost of that Mangalyaan is less than a budget of a Hollywood movie. And I think there is a lot of WhatsApp was going on that the cost of travel per kilometer is less than auto rickshaw. So is it not an entrepreneurship? Yes, it is an entrepreneurship, no doubt in that. So entrepreneur can be in any field. What is really required is doing the things passionately. Somebody has also talked about today's Prime Minister of India. Is it not an entrepreneurship? He also had put everything on stake. He also had taken all possible risks. That is also a form of entrepreneurship in my opinion. So entrepreneurship is on every walk of life. Mrs. Chanda Kochar, who is running an organization like ICICI Bank, which is the largest private bank in India, that is also an entrepreneurship. But then are we just because she is employed in ICICI, are we going to say that she is not an entrepreneur? She is much better, much more than an entrepreneur. So let us not get carried away by this entrepreneurship and business. Let us not get carried away by job seeking and job giving. Whatever we do on any walk of life, in any field, let us try to do the best. Let us try to be an entrepreneur by crossing all boundaries. Let us do it. Probably nothing better can be done. And in my opinion, that is what is an entrepreneurship. So this definition of entrepreneurship probably will be helpful to anybody and everybody, because again many times there is again a misconception that who is a businessman is a bigger man, a better profile, a glorious guy, and those who are in service are not that glorious. Let us remove that concept. Let us be the best. Let us try to be the best. Well, friends, as today we are talking about entrepreneurship, and there are a lot of people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurship in any way. Everybody wants to perform. So one question is definitely going to come, that I want to do something. What should I do? I'm sure, because this is the third Vishwapreneur, and I am always on some other forums like this. So this question definitely comes. I would just like to give you a brief line how the world is changing, not what to do, but how the world is changing. Please go on internet, Google it, on one of a McKinsey report, which is about 12 disruptive technologies. And these 12 disruptive technologies are changing the world so fast that we really will not be able to understand. Mobile internet is of course one of them, which is everybody is experiencing. 3D printing is coming up. 3D printing is again one of a technology which is to build any component. And Gokhale sahab, incidentally in China last year, one building is 3D printed. So this is also a threat to everybody. This is a disruptive technology which is making, so the technologies are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Or rather they are something which is not heard of today, but and still they are very cheap. Google car you must have heard about. Google car as on today has run 300,000 kilometers, which is without driver. And this all running is without any kind of accident. Sorry. So let us be aware of this changed world. There are a lot of changes, those are going to come. And for you people, while choosing your business, while choosing your job, while choosing your career, you will have to be a little more cautious, because the conventional things are not going to be helpful for you in your lifetime. So I think with this, I once again thank organizers to call me here, and thank you all of you for joining this forum and also to listening me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's always inspiring to meet you and interact with you. Mr. Vishal Gokhale entered into a partnership with another builder and commenced his first project, Pushkar, at Vaje at the age of 18. What started with this project, his foray into construction sector, it eventually led to the birth of a trusted and reliable real estate developer, which is today popularly known as Gokhale Constructions.
Always striving to create abodes that personify its customers' aspirations and sentiments is the way that has taken the company into their hearts. Since its inception in 2004, the company has completed constructions of 20 lakh square feet of developed spaces, over 40 completed projects, 30 ongoing projects, and 20 projects in the pipeline. Most of these projects are landmarks with world-class amenities and impeccable features.
Mr. विशाल गोखले एक कॉमर्स ग्रॅज्युएट, एक राज्यस्तरीय स्विमिंग चॅम्पियन, एक क्रिकेटर आणि विशेषतः बॅट्समन असून म्युझिक आणि फिटनेस ही त्यांची आवड आहे. अशी एक उत्साही आणि बहुगुणी व्यक्ती आज आपल्याला प्रमुख पाहुणे म्हणून लाभलेत याचा मला अभिमान वाटतो. प्रत्येक कामामधील त्यांची दूरदृष्टी आणि जिद्द या दोन गोष्टींमुळे आज गोखले कन्स्ट्रक्शन हे नाव पूर्ण पुण्यामध्ये प्रचलित आहे.
Mr. Vishal Gokhale has been recognized as the Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2013 by the reputed Builders Association of India and also received Leadership Excellence Award in 2014 by Rotary International Club. Also, Mr. Vishal Gokhale was named as Paul Harris Fellow by Rotary International Club on 25th July 2014 for his outstanding contributions. He is the only one in the real estate sector in Pune with this recognition.
मी विशाल गोखले सरांना अशी विनंती करतो की त्यांनी प्लीज 2 शब्द शेअर करावे.
Good morning. Dear all, it gives me immense pleasure having interacting with you on my favorite topic, entrepreneurship. Not just a topic, but this is the way for life for me. This way teaches me a lot on each passing day, making me understand the world, the people, and their dreams as well. In my view, entrepreneur is one who chooses his own path towards his dream and follow it always without giving up any juncture. Friends, I am the first generation entrepreneur. I know how it costs to be entrepreneur. Still, I always dreamed to be, and yes, I could make it before age of 30. Today, we are one of the best companies in Pune, having remarkable market share in the construction industry, as well diversified segments like education. I have only 3 key aspects to share with you if you are willing to be successful entrepreneur. 3 गोष्टी आहेत. See the dream, follow it always. Have a passion as well as patience, as sir said. Think differently and act efficiently. 3 गोष्टी आता मी तुम्हाला ज्या सांगितल्या, सी द ड्रीम अँड फॉलो इट ऑलवेज. तर ॲट द एज ऑफ 18 म्हणजे 18 वर्ष असताना मी बिझनेस सुरू केला. तो बिझनेस स्टार्ट केला म्हणजे माझा फॅमिली बॅकग्राऊंड अशी काही नाही की माझ्या फॅमिलीमध्ये बिझनेस आहे आणि मला त्याचा काही सपोर्ट मिळाला. मला पहिल्यापासून बिल्डर हे व्हायचं होतं, पण त्याच्याकरता फंड्स आणि याची सगळी आवश्यकता आपल्याला लागते. तर 18 एज असताना मी ब्रिक सप्लायचा बिझनेस सुरू केला. म्हणजे विटा घ्यायच्या आणि दुसऱ्यांना सप्लाय करायच्या. तर साधारण 2001 असेल, त्यामध्ये एका गाडीमध्ये मला 500 रुपये मिळायचे. 2001ची गोष्ट आहे. 500 रुपये 2001मध्ये मी कॉलेज स्टुडंट होतो. 12वी झाल्यानंतर मी सुरू केलं होतं. 500 रुपये म्हणजे खूप झाले. म्हणजे आपली पॉकेट मनी आपण म्हणतो 500 रुपये मिळाले, वा खूप झालं, छान. तिथनं मी सुरुवात केली. त्यातला किस्सा सांगतो मी. बिझनेस सुरू केला, विटेचा करायचा होता, सुरू केला. पण एका बिल्डरकडे गेलो मी. त्यांनी मला विचारलं की विटेचा साईज काय, व्हॉट इज द साईज ऑफ ब्रिक्स. तो मला साईजसुद्धा सांगता नाही आला. म्हणजे बिझनेस करायचा होता, पण एका गाडीमध्ये किती विटा येतात हे सुद्धा मला माहीत नव्हतं. पण सुरुवात केली, करायची होती, जिद्द होती. तिथनं मी सुरुवात करून हळूहळू करता करता पुढे प्रोग्रेस केला. सांगायचा उद्देश असा आहे की स्वप्न होतं बिल्डर व्हायचं, पण त्याकरता प्रयत्न हे महत्त्वाचे आहेत, हे केले पाहिजेत. सेकंड आपण म्हटलं हॅव अ पॅशन ॲज वेल एज पेशन्स. ते करता बरोबर मी एक 2004मध्ये औंधमध्ये ईशान नावाचा एक प्रोजेक्ट होता, तो डेव्हलप करायला घेतला होता. त्यावेळेला आर्किटेक्टनी मला प्रश्न विचारला की साईटवर जा तुम्ही आणि मला त्या साईटचा डायगोना घेऊन या. व्हॉट इज डायगोना मला काही माहीत नाही. म्हणजे इंजिनिअरिंग स्टुडंट्स इथं आत्ता असतील, डायगोना माहीत नाही, मेजरमेंट माहीत नाहीत, SBC माहीत नाही, सॉईल बेरिंग कपॅसिटी माहीत नाही, काही माहीत नाही. तरी देखील मला पॅशन होती की बिल्डर व्हायचं आहे मला. त्याप्रमाणे मी तिथंच ती स्कीम केली 2004मध्ये. तिथे असंख्य अडचणी आल्या. मला एकतर त्यातलं टेक्निकल नॉलेज नाही, कशी स्कीम करायची ते माहीत नाही. प्रत्येक वेळेला कुठल्या ना कुठल्या गोष्टीमध्ये कन्सल्टंट्स असतात, त्यांनी सांगितलं आहे स्टील असं बांधा तसं बांधा, काही माहीत नाही. त्या प्रोजेक्टपासून मी सुरुवात केली. म्हणजे स्टील फुटिंगपासनं ते पूर्ण कम्प्लिशनपर्यंत खूप अडचणी आल्या. कॉर्पोरेशनमधनं TDR घेतला, TDRमध्ये प्रॉब्लेम्स आले, प्लीन चेकिंगला प्रॉब्लेम आली, खूप अडचणी आल्या, पण तरी देखील थांबलो नाही, तिथनं पुढे गेलो. त्याच्यानंतर पॅशन मी म्हटलं तसं ते करत असताना बिल्डर होतं करता करता 2012मध्ये आम्ही आत्ता एक पॅलेडियम नावाचा प्रोजेक्ट घेतला की साधारण तो स्टेटमधला सगळ्यात हायेस्ट डील होतो त्यावेळेला. साधारण 100 CRला आम्ही तो डाऊन पेमेंटने घेतला. आय थिंक माझ्याबरोबर पार्टनर पण आहे त्यामध्ये. पण तो करताना एक पॅशन होती की येस काहीतरी करायचं आहे मला, आणि तो प्रोजेक्ट सगळ्या बिल्डर्सना घ्यायचा होता तिथे. तो आम्ही डाऊन पेमेंटने घेतला त्यावेळेला, आणि आता तो सक्सेसफुल. आय थिंक आत्ता त्यांचं मेरीकॉमनी त्याचं ओपनिंग केलं आमचं सॅम्पल फ्लॅटचं, आणि अजून 2016मध्ये आम्ही तो प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करतो आहे. थिंक डिफरंटली आणि ॲक्ट एफिशियंटली. डिफरंट का म्हणतो आहे मी याच्यामध्ये, तर सगळेच बिल्डर्स सेम टाईपचं काम करत असतात. तर माझं म्हणणं असं काहीतरी वेगळं केलं पाहिजे की जे लोकांच्या मनात येईल, लक्षात येईल जाता जाता. म्हणजे आता माझे प्रत्येक साईट आहे ती खूप वेगळी आहे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला लक्षात येईल की येस दिस इज मेड बाय गोखले कन्स्ट्रक्शन. जर काहीतरी वेगळं केलं तर तुमच्या लोकांच्या बाकीच्या लोकांना नजरेत येईल. पहिली गोष्ट, चांगलं काम, चांगली क्वालिटी, हे जर केलं तर तुमचं नाव टिकेल, तुम्ही चांगले एंटरप्रेन्योर होऊ शकता. त्याचबरोबर आम्ही रिडेव्हलपमेंटमध्ये पायनियर आहोत. म्हणजे जुन्या बिल्डिंग्स घ्यायच्या, त्या डेव्हलप करायच्या आणि बांधायच्या. तर आत्तापर्यंत तशा म्हटल्याप्रमाणे 40 प्रोजेक्ट्स आम्ही कंप्लीट केलेत, साधारण एक 8 ते 9 वर्षामध्ये. नंतर आम्ही 2020 म्हणून एक स्कीम लॉन्च केली होती, म्हणजे या 2013मध्ये. त्याच्यामध्ये 20 ऑनगोईंग प्रोजेक्ट्स आणि 20 अपकमिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स असं एक स्कीम काढली होती. नवरात्रीमध्ये 9 लॉन्च मागच्या 2013मध्ये केले, 2014मध्ये पण केले. प्रत्येक दिवशी एक नवीन लॉन्च. नवरात्रीमध्ये 9 लॉन्चेस ऑन 9 days. आणि आता आम्ही याच्यामध्ये ॲफोर्डेबलमध्ये पण आहोत. म्हणजे पुण्याच्या बाहेर पण स्कीम करतो आहोत की जे एक सामान्य माणसांना परवडतील अशी. पिरंगुट एरियामध्ये आहोत किंवा डोंजे पायथ्यापाशी आहोत. तसंच सिटीमध्ये कोणी आतापर्यंत आपल्याला ॲफोर्डेबल हाऊसिंग दिलेलं नाही आहे. तर आत्ता आम्ही गो राईट नावाचा नवीन एक प्रोजेक्ट आत्ता म्हणजे लॉन्च करतो आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये सामान्य लोकांना सिटीमध्ये घरं मिळतील. म्हणजे सिटीच्या बाहेर सगळेच देतात, सिटीमध्ये कोणी देत नाही. तर हे सुद्धा काहीतरी वेगळेपण आपण इथे करायला पाहिजे. आणि सगळ्यात महत्त्वाची म्हणजे कस्टमर सॅटिस्फॅक्शन. कस्टमर इज अवर गॉड. त्याला त्याच्या मनात तुम्ही शिरला पाहिजेत, त्याशिवाय तुमचं काही अचीव होणार नाही. अँड आय विश यू एव्हरी सक्सेस अँड वुड लाईक टू एक्सटेंड माय सपोर्ट इफ अँड वेन एव्हर यू नीडेड. विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द सेम. I am really grateful to Vishwapreneur group for inviting me here and giving me chance to interacting with these all youngsters. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. मला असा विश्वास आहे की इथे बसलेला प्रत्येक जण तुम्ही सांगितल्याप्रमाणे काहीतरी वेगळं आणि भव्य करण्याचा प्रयत्न करेल. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Saurabh Bhange, President EDC VIIT, to proceed with the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, our chief guest, patrons, Dr. Anil Kumar Kaza, Principal Ma'am, Dr. R.S. Acharya, dignitaries of the dais, sponsors, and all my dear friends, wish you a very good morning. It gives me immense pleasure to share this dais with all the great personalities present over here. Mr. Chirag Agarwal, the convener, he has already told us about the grandeur of the sessions which are going to be followed after this opening ceremony in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. So it was necessary to have an opening ceremony which will match that level. So I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Gokhale, for giving us that precious time and gracing this occasion. Furthermore, I would like to thank Dr. Anil Kumar Kaza from coming all the way from Hyderabad only for us. Thank you so much, sir. Our patrons, Mr. Umesh Dashrathi, Professor Khadilkar, Mrs. Darshana Parmar ma'am, thank you so much for coming over here and helping us all throughout the year and trying to make us better. Thank you so much. Moving on, I would also like to thank our sponsors for having faith in us, supporting us, and promoting us. Thank you so much. Being the president of Entrepreneurship Development Cell, I welcome all the participants today, and I wish that you have a great time in these 2 days. So let's make new friends, let's build a good network, and make these 2 days remarkable. Thank you so much.